Hey everyone, Ryan Young, Kama Jiu-Jitsu. I hope you're doing well. So it's been about a month since I was able to do a video for you here because we just launched our Kama Jiu-Jitsu online website about a month ago. And we've been busy with that. So some of you who have come on board there as our member, you've kind of seen what we've been going through as far as the issues, the web issues, because of the fact that we brought in more people than we had expected. And thank you for that, by the way. And I also want to thank you guys for watching our videos. And if you like the videos, go hit the thumbs up. It really helps the algorithms a lot. And also subscribe if you haven't already, so you can get a notice every time we have a new video coming up. Today's topic, we're going to cover about success in jiu-jitsu also breeds success in life. And also goes the other way around. If you're successful in life, you're more likely to be successful in jiu-jitsu. So if you have success on one side but not on the other, then I would pretty much figure that the other will eventually catch up. If you haven't had success in either, the easiest thing for me to think of is just to improve your jiu-jitsu. How do you improve your jiu-jitsu? Well, you have to take a more methodical approach to your learning. And it's mental as much as it is physical. Going to class is one thing. But a lot of times with a lot of people, class isn't really class, it's just more a training session. And if you don't learn something every time you step onto the mat, then you didn't get any better. You're not going to find success in that way. I can't tell you how many people I've come across that have trained for years, let's say even 10 years, and they're still not all that good. And I think a lot of it has to do with the mindset. They haven't had success in their life at all, and they don't know what it takes to create success for themselves. So one thing that I learned when I was younger was just to model somebody who is successful in a way that I want to be successful. So when I got out of college, I went to go and work for a money manager who was a top-rated money manager, and I just tried to mimic everything he did on the work side. And he was mega successful, and I got to a certain level of success with it. Not as much success as I wanted to have, but I was still young and I was still trying to figure out what I needed to do to become successful. But that's the first thing you want to do. Find other people who are successful in what you want to be successful in, and then do what they do. And if you can, and if they're willing to, have them be a mentor to you. Now here's one caveat to mentors. Having too many mentors sometimes doesn't work because they may all have a different way for you to hit your success. So if I want to get to the blue belt, I want to learn jiu-jitsu to the point where I have a blue belt, then I need to take advice from people. But if you have people with different philosophies and different styles of jiu-jitsu, you will get confused. And what will happen is you will never really become successful because your mental frame of mind will not be correct because you're not staying on task. You're going with one mentor here and another one giving an assignment here, another one giving you an assignment there, another one give you an assignment here. And what happens is you end up not focusing and progressing. You go wide, but you don't go deep, if that makes any sense. So if you can get yourself focused and get your jiu-jitsu dialed in, then what will happen as a byproduct is that you will find that you're successful in other parts of life too, right? Work will get better. Your relationships will get better. You just have a better outlook on life. And the thing about jiu-jitsu is that it doesn't force you to take anything seriously. In that, depending on the school that you're at, or depending on the group of guys that you train at, there's a lot of ribbing and jawing going back and forth between training partners. And one thing that I've found is that it should be a healthy type of fun, I guess, you know, with the talk and the banter going back and forth, because that can help. It can be encouraging, but it can also be demoralizing. Now here's the thing. Being demoralized is actually a choice. It's hard to say that, but it really is, because if somebody says something to me and I take it the wrong way, then that's my fault. Because what if that person who said something to me said it as a joke and I didn't take it as a joke? So what happens now, I'm upset. And because I'm upset because I interpreted it that way, it's going to put my mind back and I'm not going to be able to move forward. So I'll give an example. I had a particular student, I still do actually, he's still a student, and he was having a rough time with the hard drills that we were doing. You know, we teach the concept we're going over, we drill it, and then we drill it hard for time. And he was having a hard time executing what he wanted to execute. And one of the other students had said to him, "You would have been better at it had you not missed a lot of class." That particular student took it the wrong way and got upset. And some cuss words went back and forth, and not back and forth, just went one way from the upset student to the talker, right? And I had to kind of nip that one in the bud and say, you know what, that it wasn't meant to insult you. It was meant just to kind of give you a little poke, which happens all the time. And for those of you who train jiu-jitsu for a while, you know that if you can't take a poke here and there, then it's not going to really work out, right? That whole thing about the ego, check the ego at the door, and it's a cliche, but it's true. You have to just say, yep, I didn't do it. It didn't work out for me. Yep, you're right. Yeah. If I'd been coming more, I'd been able to execute this technique. So, all right, let's go. Continue on. And that was it. That's all it should have been. And what you'll find is that if you don't take offense to that kind of stuff, you don't take offense to a lot of things. And it's how you interpret things that really brings you down and takes your success away from you. And I'll give you another example. When it came to my sales training, when I first started a brokerage firm, they just put a phone book on my desk, and they gave me a phone and a sheet of paper and a pen. Really, that was it. And they said, make 250 dials a day. And that was it. Well, when you start making dials, right, you call, you get a hold of people. Hey, is this Mr. Smith? And they start berating you on the phone for calling them, right? They, you know, some will call you names, call you really bad names. And if you took that personally, you internalized it, then you weren't going to be successful. But if you just went, hey man, I'm really sorry. Yeah, thanks for your time. Hang up, pick up the phone, dial again. You let that one go behind. It's just water off a duck's back, as they say, right? And you just continued on, and you hit your 250 dials, right? You have to dial 250 numbers. Then you're gonna get your 50 contacts, your prospects, and your accounts, right? And same thing with jiu-jitsu. Every time I hit a particular thing and I get it wrong, I need to make an adjustment and do it right. If somebody tells me, gives me a crack and says, hey Ryan, you know, you haven't come to class, that's why I've been getting it, I just say, yeah, you're right, and I continue on, right? Person yelling at me on the phone, yeah, you're right, I'm sorry to bother you, I won't do it again, hang up and continue on. Try your best to come to class, to do the warm-ups, to understand the concepts, to get your teacher to help you to learn this linearly and to learn all the fundamental concepts, learn all the need-to-know concepts before you learn the good-to-know concepts. And make sure you know them well, and you will be successful in jiu-jitsu. Once you're successful in jiu-jitsu, you'll see it happening all over the place. You just open your eyes to it and you'll see the success happening to you. And that's really what I want for it to happen to you. And those of you who are successful in other parts of your life, rest assured that if you have that same discipline in jiu-jitsu as you do in life, your jiu-jitsu will be spot on as well. Anyway, I hope that helped you. That's all I got for you today. Take care. Happy training. Bye-bye now.